How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake Run Collapse, and today I'm going to be bringing you my 5 worst EX choices in the TCG. Now before we start, here's a disclaimer as always. I'm not judging the usefulness or playability of any particular card. Instead, I'm criticizing the decision to make that Pokemon an EX, whether due to reprinting, other opportunities, or just plain silliness. These are all going to be on the list for different reasons, but my bewilderment regarding their production is what brings them together. As always, this list is my opinion, and you are welcome to agree or disagree as long as you do so respectfully. After the video is finished, let me know what you think of my list, or what changes you would have made in the comments section below. Now let's get to work. Just missing the cut this time around is Hawlucha EX. And no, N of the Pokemon evolutionaries did not have a say in this. If he had, Hawlucha probably would have occupied all 5 slots at the top. Now I understand that the 6th generation of Pokemon is the smallest expansion to date, so there aren't a ridiculous amount of choices when it comes to making EXs that are, hot off the presses. And that's the only reason that this goofy design of a Pokemon, who got his own storage box, no less, it didn't end up higher on my list. Talking about getting prestige without earning it, and that's Hawlucha EX for you. Now at number 5, we have Florges Ix from Phantom Gate. Now I'll be completely honest in saying that I'm biased on this one. I never liked the design of Florges on either the EX or the full art card, and I'm honestly not convinced that they'll be able to change that if, heaven forbid they decide to refresh it with new artwork in the future. Fingers crossed against that, but so far this generation, here's my problem. Florges has received an uncommon, a holo, an EX, a full art, and a break card. If I see one more iteration of Florges before 2020, I'm busting out the weed killer. It's been around for like 8 minutes, and so far it's gotten basically everything except a shiny. Printing it as an EX surely affected this trend, and I really just wish it hadn't. Number 4 is home to Magnezone EX. I was initially alright with Magnezone catapulting to EX status. It helped maintain the trend of unusual EX choices that had started a couple of sets earlier, and even though it's one of the worst looking full arts in recorded history, and seriously don't even fight me on it, the evidence is right on the card, I defended it for a while. However, they've gotten better at choosing non-legendaries that fit in with the set or have some extra measure of popularity. And now cards like Magnezone, they're anomalies rather than trendsetters. Now that we can look back at things, it's a bizarre choice at best. Number 3 bothers me more and more as I think about it more deeply. What's the deal with all the damn Kyurems? I mean, there have been 3 Water-type Kyurem EXs in the TCG. Japanese sets were Hail Blizzard, Bandit Ring, and then that forgettable print from the Blastoise Kyurem combo deck. Given the state of things, having 2 is understandable, but 3? It's like how they make Marvel reboots over and over again so they don't lose the rights. It just doesn't add anything to the overall experience. Even worse, though, is the decision to make White Kyurem EX and Black Kyurem EX in their own decks only 3 months after they appeared in Freeze Bolt and Cold Flare. Sure, they're different cards, but come on, you gotta have a little more sense than that. I hate the number 2 entry on this list with a burning, undying passion, but I need to keep it together and place it in the appropriate spot on this list. Emolga EX. Right after being championed as a full art and shiny collection, Emolga EX helped kick off the X and Y series by taking up a spot in Y collection. I honestly don't know what makes the 5th gen's Pikachu restyling special, or any of them for that matter. They're merchandise sellers and nothing more. I mean, I guess you can lump trading cards in with bedsheets and stuffed animals, but when this card was announced, I rolled my eyes so hard they had to be surgically removed from the back of my head. Maybe I'm just fearful that Dedenne will become an EX next. Oh, please, just anything but that. Now, despite my feelings about Emolga, only the deity-like treatment of Tornadus in the Black and White series could ever top this list. I mean, full art and Black collection? Okay, you're testing things out, so I don't have a problem with that. An EX and a full art in Dark Rush only 3 expansions later? That's a head scratcher for sure. You can't blame Tornadus for taking up the Suicune EX spot, a spot that they didn't know would be vacated until basically hell freezes over, but it's an indefensible choice in hindsight. And it's not even the worst part. No, where things really went wrong was printing yet another copy of Tornadus, EX and full art in Thunder Knuckle. That's my biggest problem. This set the stage for the massive influx of reprinted legendaries that took over the TCG for a while. It was mayhem and lawlessness at its most blatant. And just to stick it to us one more time, they printed one last Tornadus EX as a bonus. Yeah, that's right, I said it, a bonus, for buying a box of EX Battle Boost in participating stores. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this massive tornado outbreak had been sponsored by the Weather Channel, and that's why we ended up with so many. It's not an awful Pokemon by any means, it's just 4 separate appearances, including 3 EXs and 3 full arts in the same generation. And yet there are some legendary Pokemon that will never get to be EXs. I wonder why. So there's my list. What are your thoughts on things? Make sure you make your case in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, I hope you'll poke around my channel a little bit and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.